Oh, there we go. Finally. God, that was a pain in the butt. Let's see. Ta-da. Well, in theory, I should be able to, there we go, see myself. This is an equipment check, but nothing really is happening here. That's pretty neat. Well, this thing sucks. Stream settings. Well, this is a pain in the ass. Sorry, folks. I am testing something that is not working right now. Huh. No, there's no barking. There's nothing going on. All right. Well, I'm going to have to restart this because this is not what I'm seeing and what you're probably seeing are two totally different things right now. I see people talking. Hey, Teresa, can you guys see me and hear me? I'm just curious. I'm trying something very different. I'm actually using a new software, but I'm on my phone, so I can't watch the chat and the conversation and look at the camera at the same time, although I know what I look like and I know where I am. So kind of at a loss right now. This is kind of weird experience here. Okay, well, and oh, that wasn't right. Okay, well, I disappeared. That's pretty neat. All right, let's see. What's going on? Teresa, Southern Tier, Little Lone Farmer, JRC. Thank you for the email, by the way, earlier. Mrs. Metal. Okay, so Watchmen, can you guys can see me? All good. Okay, thank you. The chat's a little delayed, so I'm kind of streaming to multiple places at once. Yeah, right now it looks like nothing's really happening. Everyone was thinking the world would end. Although I think the fun stuff will happen after the election in some way, shape, or form. Right now, nobody really knows what's going on. And so I think there's a lot of kind of anticipation. But right now, I don't see it. Don't eat the shoe. Hey, it's funny. They're like kids. I say, hey, all the dogs look at me, and whoever was doing the wrong suddenly gets real quiet. So I know it was the puppy because the bigger ones came around the corner like, huh? They're probably checking to see if I have chips is what it is. Hey, what's going on, J-Flo? Hey, Celtic Grandma, Cha-Cha, hello, hello. All right, so there were reports in two conservative-leaning counties in Pennsylvania that were having a software issue. That got resolved. They went to the court, and the judge said that the people can continue to vote. They have a paper backup process, like a formal one, and those will become provisional ballots, and then they will, when the system's back up, they will validate. Apparently, the system's already back up, so there was like an hour where people kind of were in limbo. So those folks, the judge said they need to be counted. Since they were here on election day, they did show up on time. Those will be counted as per both the Supreme Court and the Fifth Circuit ruling. The Iowa poll that said Harris was 3 points ahead in Iowa, a lot of people made no sense to a lot of folks because, yeah, Teresa, it'll be a few days. Because, so Biden won, did he win Iowa on the last election? No, I'm sorry. Trump won Iowa against Biden he won it against Hillary by 6%, 6 points. He won it against Biden by 8. He actually went further to the red. And they said it didn't make sense that all of a sudden, like the night before the election, there's this weird little poll saying that he not only lost his 8-point lead, but went negative. Well, the Watchmen, see, that's going to be a lot more difficult now because everyone's looking. They got lawyers, they've got people. We're not all shut down, hiding in our houses while the rioters are running amok, right? Everyone's out. So everyone's watching. I know for a fact there are people like local sheriffs are actually driving through the polling stations all night. They've got deputies going around. Anyone who's not registered, they got to introduce something new. Like, people are really paying attention. If someone's going to cheat, it's going to have to be something really elaborate. But sorry guys, I'm dying today. To the point, it didn't make sense. So somebody did some digging, and what wound up turning out was that Iowa poll that suddenly shows that Trump not only lost an 8-point lead, but then went negative against Harris, was only 800 people, and it was all in one county near an area that's known to lean to the left. So it really wasn't a very valid poll. There were 2 others taken by the bigger companies, and those showed something completely different. So what it was there was a small local newspaper did a local poll. It went a certain way, and then one of the campaigns grabbed it and went, "Look, we're winning." And in reality, it was not 100%. Hey, copycat. Hey, KP, what's going on? So, hey, Niels. In reality, it's going to be tight no matter what we do. No reports of fighting, no reports of anyone doing anything. Arizona had 1 district go down inside a county. So like within like 1 polling place, that was a power outage already resolved, and auditors from both parties are there, and they were kind of looking around, and it seemed copacetic. So at the very least, it seems like everyone's watching everyone else, and maybe that's a good thing. Hey, food forest. Hey, prepping artist, what's going on? Maybe it's a good thing that everybody's watching everyone, because that's not what happened last time. It's what happened this time. Now, what I find funny is I'm here in Texas. Dallas is not boarding up. Houston is not boarding up. Austin, yes, the little purple potato inside the Red Sea, is not boarding up, but DC is boarding up, New York's boarding up, Chicago's boarding up, Detroit's boarding up, and they say it's because of Nazis. How many Nazis are in Detroit, for real? I'm in like cowboy and ranchero heaven out here, and if I've met a Nazi, I'd be shocked. Even the bikers don't have Nazi symbols, because half the bikers are Mexican anyway. So, hey, that's not your truck. They thought they heard Amazon. So immediately all the potatoes must do battle with Amazon. I don't know what they would do if I opened the door and there was just a truck sitting out there. Bentley, what happened? The truck's gone, dude. There's nobody to bark at. Look, he looks sad now. What? Oh, for those of you who wanted to see the puppy, by the way, come here. This is the puppy. Not so puppy, where she still looks like a puppy, but she's almost as big as the other 3. And God, she's heavy. Well, I was sitting on the chair and she jumped up and landed in my crotch and about killed me. I fell off the couch and everything. So keep in mind that they destroyed Trump. If after they destroyed Trump, why did he get in their way anymore? If they can accomplish that. Well, Vance, I think that was a good play on the part of Trump. I'm interested to see where it goes. I thought Minnesota would be in the bag for Harris, and she has Waltz. It's kinda. But all politics aside, I'm hearing from my friends who did go to vote today that they're really the waits are anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes, depending on where you go. If you go to a downtown area or near the suburbs, because the kids are home from school in Texas, that's more of a pain in the butt, right? Because now you have the families and the kids and people voting. Hey, Vision, what's going on? If you go somewhere else, like further out in the country, or like to the community college where there's not a bunch of residences around it, and there's a retirement area here, and they have their own polling spots so the retirees don't have to travel, because a lot of them are disabled. And but anyone can vote. So one of my neighbors said, I'm going to go there. And he just walked in and he said, yeah, it was a bunch of old folks. And he's probably about 30. He's a young guy. And he's like, yeah, I just got in line. I was like, hello. He was chatting with everyone, had a good time. And everyone was going, all the machines. So in Texas, it's been super quiet. Everything's proceeding as normal. Thank you, Vision. Really nothing much going on. I'm going to vote 5 minutes before they close. Awesome winning streak. What you need to do, okay, your kids are in school. I thought they weren't in school today. I don't know. I don't keep track of it because my kids have kids. So I'm like, I don't have to worry about school. Even if my granddaughter showed up, she's a year and change old. So it would be, let's go and, eat marshmallows, basically. Who's fighting? Y'all. So the puppy and her brother are upside down, lazy fighting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're making all these sounds, but all they're doing, they have their faces like this, and they're like, but they're not really doing anything. What a sweet meme montage. I have not seen that yet. Guys, it's not Amazon. They're silent. You see it? You hear them? So anyway, why are you crying? There's no Amazon. He's not coming today. There's always Amazon, Dad. So in reality, folks, not a hell of a lot going on. Now, as someone pointed out, it might be, thank you, Teresa. Yes, the Four Horsemen. So Trent goes on at 6:30, no, 5:30 my time, 6:30 his. Then we all go on Livingston Man's at 6:45 because today's Tuesday, not Thursday. 6:45 my time, which is 7:45 on the East Coast. We were at the poll and we voted out by, yeah. So it's been moving quick. There are a lot of people voting, so there's going to be some delays, but honestly, nothing much is going on. It's been super quiet. I reached out to my brother in New Orleans area. He said it's super quiet. If anything, it's just long lines because a lot of people are excited. And he said it's, and I need to get him on the phone a little longer. Apparently it's a little more long. Drop the link, hold please. Apparently there's so many people excited about this election for whatever their motivations are, that the lines are a little bit longer, so it could be up to an hour. Really, Pennsylvania was the only place I heard had an issue. It seems to have gotten resolved really quickly, and it just moved on. So, yeah, there's nothing really crazy yet. Now, my fear is 48 hours, 72 hours. By the time we get to like Friday, when people don't have to go to school and work, you might suddenly have a bunch of excitement, right? Because people will go and the results should be pretty definitive by then. And they'll say, oh no, somebody won that I didn't like. And then the assholes come out. So, be aware accordingly. My prepping today, other than I had to work from home because I had like a series of conference calls starting at 6 in the morning and it just didn't stop. I was in my gym clothes up until like 1 o'clock because my boss is like, hey, where the hell are you? We're on a Teams call. I flipped my camera on. I'm like, I never got out of the house. Like y'all bombarded me and I never even changed. Like I need to take a shower. I'm still in my hoodie. He laughed. He's like, well, go take a shower, man. I got a late night with work tomorrow at a fundraiser, which is a barbecue, which is cool, but it's 4,000 or 5,000 people. It's insane, and I'm working R10, and I'm gonna be there for 9 hours outside, and that's gonna up until probably 11 o'clock midnight. I'm gonna be done tomorrow. Either that or I'm gonna be really drunk. So if you see really drunk shorts videos from me, that's because I got into the bourbon over at the barbecue. But yeah, I'm not expecting much. My prep today was while I was on the conference calls, there was some I didn't have to do anything. I went and reorganized my garage. So my industrial shelving now has completely clear shelves, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to put there. We got rid of a lot of inventory that we gave it to our son and his wife to take back to the Army base, ramen noodle stuff that we thought we used and we didn't use, but they might use. And the kids took a bunch of it. So, hey, Mike Herrera, good to see you. Sergeant Bunbun, welcome. By the way, that's a great way to repurpose your preps. We often talk about, cycling our stuffs and rotating stuff, but we don't talk about repurposing, right? You have, preps you bought and you're not using them the way you thought, right? The kids were like, oh yeah, get the ramens, we love them. And they ate like 4 and then got tired of them. And they've been sitting there for a while. Find someone else to use them. Maybe do a trade. Hey, see you later, winning streak. Be safe. Take that time to make sure it doesn't go to waste. And at worst case, donate it to the food bank or to the local charity for the homeless. I hate to see food go to waste. So, if you can find a use for it, do it. There's some pieces of equipment we bought and it was very specific to one day or one purpose. And then it didn't really work out. So those were given away or sold on Facebook Marketplace. We kind of got rid of it. So now I'm trying to be much more deliberate in my preps going into next year. But in reality, folks, look, the dollar tumbled a little because there's a little instability as to who's going to take over. Iraqi rebels attacked Haifa, Israel, but it was a drone attack that largely got shot down. So that didn't amount to much other than a lot of posturing. It feels weird because it feels a little like calm before the stormish. But born in 66 and found shortwave in 76. Pre-Alex Jones, awake since. So, Sergeant Bumba, to your point, I was driving to Texas Tech, actually. I was meeting a professor there because I'm in a engineering society and was going to have this guy as a law professor come down and talk about legal aspects of some of the work we do. And I passed an AM radio station in a home. The guy literally bought and paid for his own AM radio station. And he does political commentary. And for the life of me, I took a picture of it. Now I can't find the picture. And, or I wrote it down, I don't know. But if I can find it, because he does kind of like his geopolitical opinion from a country guy's perspective. And I hear he's really good. But get a CB radio. So Sergeant, to your point, radios, get a CB. FRS radios are great for family communication, short range. A Baofeng or some kind of programmable is great. I have 2 Baofengs that have FRS, GMRS, NOAA, and I can eavesdrop on the airports and the police and whatever other public stuff is. I don't have my ham license, so I'm not transmitting because I'm going to wind up transmitting on the wrong stuff. Militant roots, hey, glad you asked. I'm afraid they're going to subvert democracy and steal the presidency, but they found a way to do it that leaves us confused and arguing amongst ourselves. That's always a possibility. That's always a possibility. And Neil, absolutely, try to get in physical shape. I try to hit the gym, even if I don't feel like hitting the gym, at least go for a walk around the neighborhood. Get some physical activity. Walking's actually a great way if you're fighting diabetes. It's not medical advice. It's just, well, it's medical advice that I heard given to one of my friends. The activity, it's good for your joints. It helps strengthen tendons. And you don't have to walk like a crazy person. Just get out and every night, exercise. So I have the GMRS. I don't have the ham yet. That's probably my next, because I'm taking my pilot's exam on Monday. So I need to take that. And that was a lot more complicated than I was expecting. Even though I'm an aerospace engineer, it's been 20-something years since I messed with it. And they did not teach us about avionics, airports and maps. They taught us about how the plane flies and how to build one, not to how to fly it and, how to make it work. So that'll be interesting. I might do a video on that after it's all said and done. I did discover that drones are very effective ways to freak out squirrels, which I had way too much fun doing until the park ranger told me to be nice. But in any case, all joking aside, get some new skill. There are a lot of things you can do that don't know. That's enough. It's the Roomba. It just went past you. What? I have no cookies. There's no cookies for you. Bro, you ate a sock. Go away. What happened? Now they're all looking at me. They're like, Dad, we want cookies. I walk all the time. Yeah, if you can walk, Mike, and not get hit by a car, like if your subdivision has sidewalks, that's great. Some don't, as you probably are well aware, and so you got to do the safety thing. But folks, really, nothing's really. Oh, that's cool, Militant. That is very cool. What, Princess? What? Come here. Everyone wants to see you again. So, yes, this is Stormy. This was the little puppy we got. But no, don't eat that. All right, away with you. You're being a butt. God, I picked up Bentley the other day and he farted on me when I picked him up. Oh God, that was so bad. Like that shut me down for about 10 minutes. No, there's no more. What? No, go fight with you have 3 other dogs. Go fight with them. She just wants to be a pest. Anyway, so folks, right now, no rioting, no mischief, no terrorism, thank God. It's just quiet. Keep doing what you normally do, right? Stock up. I'm getting reorganized. That organization is part of prepping. So if you spend 2 hours reorganizing something and you're like, I didn't buy anything, I didn't stock anything or store it or dehydrate it, that's okay because the organization is important. Otherwise, your shit goes to waste. So, folks, hey, Cold War. And Cold War had a great video the other night, and I missed it, or I caught the very end of it, and then I had to go in the replay. That book he's been reviewing, you really need to check that last video out. But, hey, True American Loretta, always good to see you. Hey, Stephen. Widow's Diary, hello. It's quiet, which scares people. It concerns me if it's a little too quiet. But now's a great time. Get reorganized. Go through your stuff. You don't even have to spend money. There's preps you can do that cost you nothing. Go, hey, get off the table. Girl, get down. She looks at me. She's like, does he see me? So she gets real low. It's like an orange corgi on a brown leather couch. Like, I totally see you. You're like the sun on a dark background. Like, I see you, but she gets real low and makes her ears flat. She's like, if I stay here, Dad won't see me. Like, I'm waiting for them to argue with the, no, hey, eyes open. So, why would you want a civil war? A war should not. Who wants a civil war? I didn't say I wanted a civil war. Did somebody say they wanted a civil war? No, I don't see. Did anyone say they wanted to? I don't see anybody saying they want a civil war, eyes open. So I don't really know what you're talking about. To your point, a civil war that happened today, hypothetically, would not be like the American Civil War. That was actually a very atypical civil war, right? You literally had 2 geographic areas that were politically different that went in a fight with each other. Today, you would not see that. It would be more like what you saw in Sudan, what you saw in Libya, what you saw in Iraq, what you saw in, oh, what's that other country? Not Venezuela, because that went one way very quickly. There's another country. But anyway, hey, Bucci. Feel better. We can't afford to do much, but no, Boo. Look, I'm all about if you folks, we're all tight on money. Look, I'm a professional. I don't have money to throw around. Oh yeah, I save for my little vacation once a year, but then that's it. And some people can't even do that. Do things. Organizing is prepping. Okay. Reading a book and learning something new and then trying it, whether you're cooking or storing something, that's prepping. Okay. Learning how to cook something new, right? If you've never made, a steak on a cast iron, which is the only way I make steaks now, try that. If the power goes out, if you have a fire pit or a stove, a camping stove, you can take the cast iron out there, make a great steak for yourself. You can absolutely do preps for cheap. And if you spend 2 hours organizing, 2 hours maybe taking stuff to Goodwill, and maybe even while you're at Goodwill, see if there's something for sale there that you can get inexpensively. That's prepping in its own right. Folks think too much about, I got to spend $5,000 on, ReadyWise or whatever freaking containerized thing. Absolutely not. Quite the opposite. And I'm a fan. But to the point of the Civil War, nobody wants that. That would be ugly. That would be in the streets, and it would be everywhere. It wouldn't be, oh, it happened like in a battlefield, and like between Virginia and West Virginia. No, it would be in the streets. It would be like, think of 2020, but both sides are shooting each other, as opposed to punching and running around and throwing things like idiots. So, hey, Donna, welcome. So folks, no, nobody wants that. I don't know where that comment came from. If that was somebody said something. Oh, now the chat's all screwed looking. In any case, hold on. Doggone it. Hold on a second here. Oops. Oh, that was not right. There we go. So, hold on. Lost the chat. The chat went totally to the top, which wasn't very good. In any case, folks, nothing. Hey, Drew in Oregon, welcome. Hey, Pilgrim, good to see you. I saw your video the other day. I thought I sent you a text, but I may have had the wrong number. So, but I do agree with your thoughts. We can reach out with each other later. But in any case, folks, no one should want that. No. This is what well, I don't know. That would be terrible unless, if that happened, there would cease to be a government the way they think they know it, if that makes sense. Because think about it, that would absolutely devastate the country. Now, we can always go down the rabbit hole of, well, other entities in other parts of the world want to control us, but that would be a whole video. I think Vision and I and the Horsemen could go down that pony road, and that would be a whole hour conversation, and it wouldn't be enough about international and globalist stuff. But right now it's quiet. Now's a great time. Go see what's available. Stuff's on sale. I'm finding canned goods on sale at Sam's. My daughter said she found some at Costco on sale. She found ReadyWise at Costco. I found Augustin Farms at Sam's. Nutrient Survivals in some stores, but they're very hard to find. You're better off going on my link or whatever. Some of the channels are all affiliated. Go to one of the links and download, a code or whatever and get it. But stuff's going on sale. There's new products showing up, specifically in Costco, it seems. But Sam's canned goods went on sale. The paper goods went on sale. And think about it. If your border shut off, it's not a bad... that chatter was referring to the way they're setting them up. They want a civil war. There might be someone who's absolutely insane who wants a civil war in the government, and because they think, hey, they think they can control what happens. And I'm sure the Tsar thought, and Marie Antoinette thought they can control everything until they couldn't. And then Marie Antoinette went to the guillotine, and I don't know, I guess they shot the Tsar, or they stabbed him or whatever. Right now it's quiet. Now's a great time. Go see what's out there and go pick up some stuff on sale. If you don't have the money to do that, don't sweat it. Don't go buy a bunch of stuff, because some of the channels are like, hey, stock up before something. And that's a fair warning, but don't do it if it'll screw up your budget. There are other things you can do, right? Learn something new, read something new. YouTube's free for the most part. Go learn how to watch some videos with your kids about how to read maps and how to use a compass, right? The teenagers may get bored. They may get into it. Who the hell knows? Go take a walk around the neighborhood. Take a drive, real quick drive. Don't spend too much gas, and just look and see what's going on. Anything new, anything different. Yeah, there's a lot we can do, and that doesn't require money. And it doesn't require panic. Right now, the only thing I heard that's controversial, other than the polls, people accusing each other of being inaccurate, was the Pennsylvania thing. The judge has already ruled. By the way, in Pennsylvania, if you are from Pennsylvania or you're in one of those counties, or you know someone in the counties, they're not only going to do the provisional ballots, they're going to keep the polls open until 10 p.m. So they lost 2 hours. So I think they were going to close at 8. So now they're going to close at 10. They basically took those hours and put it at the end of the day. The governor signed off on it. The senator signed off on it. So they're going to keep everything open so people can come back. And I think they even put a number, if you are disabled or don't have a car, there's like a service, you can get a free Uber and the state pays for it today only, kind of thing. So, hey, Bad Bobber again. So, hey, Andy. So, folks, take some time, go through your stuff. Don't panic. Don't freak. Now's not the time. Nothing's going on. It's super quiet, which again is scary, but is good as well. The earth is flat, but is good as well, because it gives us a little bit of opportunity to kind of think and trade notes. So again, check those sales. I did see them here in Texas. I don't know if you're going to see them everywhere. Canned goods at Sam's. There is ReadyWise and Solar Systems and Costco. And there was a new solar looking system thing. Think like a weird off-brand like Jackery or Opus or Bluetti, like, you know, those solar generators. They have one at Sam's I've never seen before. I might do a quick video in the store if they don't run me off. If you don't have the money to do anything, watch YouTube, read some books, get some information, learn something new, maybe sit with the kids and learn how to cook something new. Make some bread at home. The wife's going on a business trip. I'm gonna make fresh bread every day. I don't give a shit. And I'll make pasta. And you're probably gonna see a lot of cooking videos from me for the next few days. And if you are traveling, know your routes, have an alternate, and know a safe place or two to stop if whether it's weather or people become an issue. So, hey, Dawn, welcome. Anyway, so tonight, Vision comes on at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. And then Four Horsemen at 6:45 Central, which is 7:45 Eastern, if I'm doing my math right. So go check it out. And for those of you in Louisiana, the hurricane is not forming completely. It's a little bit janky shaped, but you know, it's Louisiana. I lived there for many years, and I know you can get a storm like that and ta-da, and now you have a flood. So make preparations as you can. Big Chap. Okay, if you have not seen my friend Big Chap, check him out. His memes have been on fire, absolute fire lately. The fact that, and then everyone's commenting and we're getting all excited. The fact that like Pilgrim, myself, Vision, Big Chap have not been put in jail, in YouTube jail this last few weeks is kind of impressive. But in any case, folks, look, everybody be safe out there. Be careful. I like to make tamales. Oh, dude. Now, wait, do you make the classic tamales with the pulled pork, right? Not the weird chicken looking things, because I've seen some, they were not good. They were like fake males. They were, yeah. Yeah, tamales are always a good treat, especially Thanksgiving. For some reason, that's a thing in Texas. We used to call them a pastel in Puerto Rico, and instead of the corn leaf, we used the palm leaf, and it was square. But it was almost the same thing. It's just a different shape. But anyway, folks, hey, Hutch, what's going on? Folks, be safe out there. Nothing going on right now, so go learn something new, get reorganized, clear your shelves, rotate stock, whatever you can do. Anything you do that gets you a little more ready, a little more room is, I was just discussing this with my family. You're seriously in peril if you are just starting to prepare now. It's just too expensive. True, Morgan, that's a problem. And that's why I'm talking about trying to find those low cost options. Yeah, trying to restock, and we're going to restock now. The good thing was a lot of what we gave away to make the room went to family, so it didn't go to waste, right? At least we hope it doesn't. But, you know, these things can happen. True story, my son and his wife were stationed in Hawaii, and I went there, bought him a food saver, and my daughter-in-law and I, we food savored probably 30 pounds of chicken and 20 pounds of beef and shrimp. Like, we just food saver, we filled her freezer. And then her mom, as a homesteader, went out there, pulled the bag out. She didn't know I had a YouTube channel. She goes, "Who did this?" And she said, "Mr. Pete." And she goes, she looks at my daughter-in-law and goes, and she kind of points at the bag, and apparently my daughter-in-law said, yeah, he thinks like we do. So I'm blessed that I have a daughter-in-law whose parents and her think the way we do. So, I mean, that's a big deal when you have family that are all on the same page, because a lot of people battle that. But make ready, stay on budget. Don't mess up your budget because somebody told you to panic. Don't do it. If you're concerned, find an alternate way to get the job done. Remember, if you can't get something you think you need, what are your substitute products? This is a business concept. What are your substitute products? And what are the competitors to the thing you're trying to buy? And you might find a deal that might fit your budget. In any case, folks, I'm gonna jump off now. Vision starts in about an hour and change, and the Four Horsemen later tonight. You guys be careful. Don't forget to vote. And if you're in Pennsylvania, again, they're keeping the polls open extra time because of that computer outage. It looked like it got resolved. There are paper backups, so they're going to double check everything, which is good. They're doing their job. But yeah, guys, go get some stuff done. Y'all be safe and careful out there. And I will see you all later on. Y'all be careful. And we'll see what happens this weekend, because this weekend, once decisions and final votes are made, that could get exciting. We'll see where it goes. You guys be careful, plan your trips, and we'll see you later tonight. Y'all take care.